Spear chucker.
Mr. Last on the show?
What
Jeez,
the
take forever.
fuck is going on?
Take a wild guess at who
Yeah.
started the call.
Yeah. Literally take a guess.
I am so confused right now.
Not only were you third, Dave was first.
Well, if you ain't first, you're last.
I turned on Skype at 7:29. It said join call. I said, what the fuck?
Oh, that's funny because I looked at it at like 7:25 and I was like, I'm not getting started. I'll just fucking sit here and watch this show.
Well, I was sitting there and I was like, I don't need to watch the last 2 innings. I was like, when's Nolan's next at bat? It was like 10 minutes or 15 minutes ago. I was like, cool. I'm just gonna I'm gonna watch this at bat and then I'm out of here. I saw him make a catch. Good for him. Fuck baseball. I'm out.
Yeah, fuck baseballs.
I was going to say, speaking of baseball, deja vu. Seattle
Deja vu.
Mariners fan, deja vu. The Mariners are hot right now.
I
Yeah.
saw that.
And it's like, as soon as I saw it, I was like, yeah! Oh, well, here's our good stretch of the year. All right, never
Yeah.
mind.
I was
Well,
like,
the difference is, I mean, I've been following this team pretty closely because I'm excited. We're doing this and everybody's hurt, so it's not like this is even the best team that we can put on the field right now. And we're kicking everybody's ass.
And we're doing it offensively.
Yeah, we're not winning games 3-2. We're
Yeah.
fucking whooping people's shit.
smacking bitches.
It's not our pitchers just throwing dimes.
Right.
We're actually hitting them.
It's like,
And-
yeah, today's game was 9-3 was the final, and then they beat the Marlins last week like 14-0.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're smacking kids.
Yeah.
I like it.
And if the Rangers if the Rangers lose today, the Mariners have a 3-game lead or a 2.5 game lead.
Nice.
Like, I was looking at it, it's not just that they're on top of the AL West. They have they're tied for the best record in the American League.
Mm.
It's ridiculous. Like, what is happening?
Right.
Is it really just the torpedo bats? Is that it?
Right.
It could be.
Oh, Big Dumper's like, hey, thanks for that extension. Let me
Yeah.
hit a bunch of home runs real quick.
And then Rowdy Tellez is like, hey, you know what? Fuck Toronto, actually.
Yeah, right. Didn't he hit a dinger on Toronto?
He hit a home run in all 3 games of the series.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Including a grand slam in extra innings.
Donnie Burgers gets the grand salami.
Tiny
Yeah.
burger.
He's I've sent pictures of him. He's baseball Dave. He looks like Dave.
Yeah.
And fucking just gets up there and just mashes for 3 games in a row, just against
Right.
the team that he played for last year.
He's hitting so many home runs, he's winded now.
Yeah. He's like, I never thought I'd actually have to run all 360 feet. What the fuck?
Right. I played first base, motherfuckers.
My daughter whispered something at me. I don't know what it was.
Was it?
Fuck the Huskies.
Yeah, that's probably what it was.
She was probably actually telling you that the Ducks baseball team just beat the Beavers for a 4th consecutive time.
And they're big
Just-
mad.
Just the big ol' sweep.
They're so mad about it.
Yeah, because that's the one thing that they're like, oh, but we're good at baseball. Yeah. Well, guess what? Someone else learned how to play baseball.
Someone's closer.
That was my one, I will say, worry when Oregon got a baseball team, right? Because you guys both know I followed Oregon State baseball because you baseball team for a long time.
Yeah.
And then as soon as U of O got a team, I was like, oh, they're taking all the kids. Like, kids are going to be like, oh, U of O's got a team now? All right.
It's been a slow burn, and the coach that they got to start off was not the right selection. Like,
No.
George Horton was like, awesome. Guy got on first, bunt.
Right. Small ball, guys, small ball.
Small ball.
Yeah.
Hey, if they commit an error, he'll be on third, and then we can have a sack fly, and it'll be 1-0.
Yeah.
And we only have
cost
2
us
outs.
2 outs.
Meanwhile,
you seen our 6'11" pitcher?
yeah, fucking A. Meanwhile,
Mhm.
the Beavers are bringing out fucking Michael Conforto, and they're like, he's like, here's a fastball. He's like, no, it wasn't. I saw that dude hit the ball off the roof of the hitting shed. It was one of the deepest home runs I've ever seen at that
Right.
ballpark. I was like, oh my God.
You know that 6'11" pitcher? You know he's actually a dual sport guy, right?
No.
Yeah, he's actually the goalpost at the football game.
Ah, but
There you go.
one
I was
day.
like,
Thanks,
what's wrong with my fucking chair? Oh, Dave sat here.
Yep.
That's why it's down to
Oh,
fucking
short
midget level.
legs.
I heard a pretty good joke today. I'll share it with you boys.
I know. I just said it.
Yeah, because I just told you.
I just told you it.
So guys out golfing, and he sees his priest. He's a Catholic guy. He sees his priest out on the course, and so he approaches him and says, "Hey, Father, I got a question for you." And he's like, "Yeah, what is it?" He says, "Is there golf in heaven?" And he's like, "Huh. I've never thought of that. When I go and I seek the Lord tonight in my private time, I will ask and I will see what answer the Lord provides." He's like, "Okay, cool." So next week, everyone has the same tea time, small town, and so he sees the father again. He's like, "Hey, Father, would you learn about golf in heaven?" He's like, "Well, my son, I have some good news and I have some unfortunate news." He's like, "Okay, well, let's start with the good news." It says, "There is golf in heaven, and it is a beautiful course. There is no water hazard. There is no sand. And you being a right-handed golfer, it all plays to the slice. It is perfectly manicured, and every day you can walk or ride a cart at your choice." Like, wow, that sounds amazing. What's the bad news? It's like, your tea time's in 30 minutes.
Oh. Oh, that is a good one.
I was like, that's pretty good. I like that one.
Yeah.
I saw something in the text when I peeked at it the other day. Jake, did you get the job?
No, I didn't. I found out
No.
this morning.
Boo.
Yeah, boo. They suck.
I also found out this morning that I didn't get the job.
Ah,
Boo.
boo. We're just a bunch of couple
I-
losers over here.
I definitely got one of the you're overqualified emails because it specifically mentioned some of my of my experience. They're like, well, you have excellent experience in this, this, and this.
You had excellent experience.
Yeah,
you have some of the best experience.
We're gonna go with another candidate, and I was
We're
like,
gonna go with some other jerk off. We don't have to pay as much.
yeah, I was like, that's what I was thinking because because they had the range and they asked, what do you want to get paid? I was like, right in the middle of your range. I
think I got underbid because I went at the bottom of the range that they were offering, but I think I got underbid because I fucking nailed that interview.
Mm-hmm.
But coincidentally today, my resume was looked at twice by a company that does electric sign repair, and so it's an 04 electrician job. I would get my trainee card and I would start doing hours through them and working on electric signs, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And that seems like the kind of thing that if I become a journeyman, that would pay pretty well.
Have my neon guy take a look.
What's
that from?
Oh God, is it Hot Tub Time Machine?
Wait, can you see it? This set
Can't even see your
of
finger.
Legos back here.
No, I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
It's The Office.
Ah.
Well, I can have my neon guy take a look at it. That's when they're doing the not surplus sale. Rummage sale. Good X.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
and Holly just randomly has a neon guy. I'm like, who the fuck has a neon guy?
Holly Flax.
Holly Flax,
nice to meet you.
Beer sounds good. I'm gonna go grab a beer.
Yeah, why don't you go grab a beer? It sounded good, and you know what? It tastes good.
You know what? I think you're onto something.
I'll
be right back.
Yeah, all right. It's beer time.
Beer times. Might pee first too.
Well, this is a part of the show where Dave's back. The really entertaining part of the pre-show there, where I just kind of looked at my phone.
I did message a mutual teacher friend of Robin's and I who works in the South Umpqua School District and was like, hey, I want to talk to you about becoming a teacher.
I want to talk to you.
Actually, I want to talk to him about becoming a football coach, but if I have to teach to do that,
right,
then that'll happen. Plus, also, if I do end up if I get into that and I do end up deciding to move again, guess what they've got all over America?
Football
schools.
Oh, yeah.
And most of which have football programs.
You can just be like, "Hi, I'm Dave Deaton. I played football."
Mm-hmm.
They'll be like, "You're hired."
Yeah, I did talk to the. I went to go see my VSO, my veteran service officer.
Yeah.
And I was kind of chit chatting with him, and he's like, yeah, if you become a teacher, you can get on with the DoD, and they'll send you around the world to go teach American kids at different bases. And I was like, wait, I get to travel again and just go to exotic places
and then never have to pay rent, basically.
Yeah. And he's like, yeah.
You have a post office box that one of us checks semi-regularly.
Right.
Hey, Dave, you got something that seems important.
Okay. All right. Ship it to someone that cares.
Yeah, ship it fucking out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, when that reminds me when Julio was in he was in Honduras for a year. He was teaching English down there. Or nice. No, he's doing math.
Okay.
But he was doing math in an English immersion school. And so he's like, "Hey, I need you to check my mail." And like I would forget. And then just like every couple months I'd go and there'd just be like a stack of mail like that big.
Right.
Like, all right. Most of it's shit anyway.
Mm-hmm. You either know a lot of people that don't know how to work the internet, or you owe someone a lot of money.
Right. And like it was funny because like I had just started writing for Addicted to Quack, and he's like, "Hey, they need an English teacher down here." And I was like, "Oh, really?" He's like, "Yeah, you could, like, I could put in a good word, and you could be down here in Honduras teaching English in an English immersion school, so you wouldn't even have to know Spanish to do your job."
Nice.
Yeah.
Don't you? Well, man, you know Spanish.
I know
as long as you've got a interpreter.
Exactly. But see, like in that situation, like I would have had Julio around to teach me conversational and usable Spanish.
You would have picked it up though too.
Oh yeah, especially if it like
being around it.
Yeah, if it's my only option to communicate, I'm gonna figure out a way to communicate.
Yeah. Well, that's my cheat code with Tagalog. I can sometimes understand what my mom's saying.
Yeah. Oh, it's Miller time.
Goddamn right it is.
Raniers.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as I'm around Tagalog, give me a week and a half, and then you can speak to me like you're speaking to like a 5 or 6 year old.
Yeah. I
need to go potty.
Exactly like that. Don't talk to me like that. I'll get a boner.
I wanted to. I ended up going back to Spanish on Duolingo, but I really wanted to learn fucking Jamaican Creole.
Shit.
Just because, and I did a little bit, like, would you ever mess with a kind of thing like that? But just like learn it and learn how to use it, and then just like freak people out. Just be standing around. I am on.
I've been working on my New Zealand accent.
Okay.
It still slips in. I slip into Irish sometimes when I'm trying to do it, and I'm like, fucked it up.
Dave O New Zealander.
Yeah. I mean, if I just say things that I've heard, like "piss off, ghost," like that, I'm like, "Hey, well, welcome. My name's Korg." I can do it on sentences I've already heard, but like.
So you can do Korg, is what you're saying.
Yeah. If I try to build my own sentence, I lose the accent. But I've always wanted to be one of those guys that can just pull out random languages. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've always wanted to be one of those guys who can pull out too.
Yeah, man, cannot.
Man, I've been good at that.
No, you haven't.
No, you haven't.
The only time I wasn't was when I was trying to not do that.
Okay,
Well,
fair.
all right, fair.
Watch, it'll be the exact opposite for me. The one time I try to pull out, I'll knock someone up.
Probably.
You're like, get in there.
When I'm like, no,
Do
no,
your
no, no,
job.
I'm not ready for this. It'll be like, oh, there's baby.
Just immediate
Hey,
baby.
Mhm.
Immediate baby.
You're welcome. You're pregnant.
The name of the pre-show is Immediate Baby.
Immediate baby.
Dude, me and Lippy pounded so many of these. I went and picked up the big pack, the
Oh, yeah?
poundies.
Nice.
Jen got me a 35 pack of Coke from Costco.
I was
And
gonna say that sounds like a Costco number.
yeah,
Mhm.
but 35 is a weird number. Like, why isn't it 36?
I don't like it.
Why
Mhm.
is it not 3 dozen?
Is it just rows of 5?
It's
Or
7 rows of 5.
7 rows of 5, yeah. Or is it 5
I
rows
don't
of 7?
like it. Excuse me.
I'm not a fan either.
40.
Yeah, can't be doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Can't
Like
have
drinking beers?
multiples of prime numbers. It doesn't work.
Yeah, like, how do you? It's weird. Like, and you know they charge you. I don't like it, but we got a chicken, so that's good.
Yeah.
Chicken. I got chicken. Actually, I
Yeah,
still got some of the chicken. I swung by Robin's house on the way home from work one day, and he had 2 of the Costco chickens, and I was like, well, I can eat. And then when I was leaving, he's like, hey, there's another chicken there. We're not going to eat it. You should take it. I was like, I'll take the chicken. I walk in the house, and my mom's like, why do you have a Costco chicken? I was like, oh, I found it on the road, like at the end of the road. And she's like, how did you get into Costco to get a chicken? I was like, I didn't. At the end of the dirt road. It was just sitting there upside down. I think it dropped out of someone's car,
Yeah,
so I'm gonna
dirt
eat
chicken.
it. It's dirt
Yeah.
chicken. And mom was like, so you stopped by Robin's on the way home and he had an extra chicken? And I was
Not
like,
buying your shit at all.
yeah,
Not
I'm like,
one bit.
fine, yeah.
How'd you know?
She knew.
And that's when we decided I only go to 3 places ever: work.
Yeah.
If I'm not at home, I'm at work, the gym, or at Robin's.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's fair. It's not football season.
It will be soon.
Mhm.
It will be sooner than you realize.
Not soon enough.
It's 4 months from today.
It's not soon enough.
Yeah.
It's 120 days.
Although we have went through 4 months of the year at this point. Also, Skype stops working tomorrow. So this is the last Skype episode.
This is the last Skype episode.
Nice scap.
Hi, Norm.
Hey, Norm.
I gotta
My-
fucking figure that out. Maybe I'll just go buy a new laptop.
Well, we could use
One that'll
Well,
fit in my back pocket.
what we can do. What are you doing right now?
I'm
This.
doing the podcast and watching basketballs.
Yeah, but what do you do the podcast? Hang on. Yeah. What do you mean? Where's Mia? Hang on. I gotta go find my kid.
All right. Bumbo!
He's got a very specific set of skills, folks.
And this isn't one of them. So Thunderbolts. I bought 2 military discount tickets.
Oh, nice. Did you have to show them?
No, I bought them
Oh.
online.
Oh, okay.
But didn't they tell us last time that you can get more than one? Like
Yeah.
you can buy, yeah. So I
Yeah.
was like, it's $10.75 or $7.75. Let's go with
Jeez, I didn't-
$7.75.
I thought it was only like $1 off.
No, it's like a good discount.
Mhm.
Probably the best one.
Yeah. Oh, I also found out. I went to see my VSO today. Found out all the things I get for my 10%. Like I gotta go to the DMV, get the disabled veteran plates.
Yes, and then you never have to pay for registration again.
Never again. On top of that, I'm gonna find out if I'm like, hey, can I also
You're
get
so
a disabled
fucking
placard? Fired.
No, but you get the
Yeah,
plates.
probably not. Yeah, I'll get the plates, and then I can get the park passes for free.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I get a free visa. Like,
Do you get a free
not
MasterCard?
visa, passport, not visa, passport.
Free
I'm
passport.
an American citizen. Don't need a visa.
I
He's
am
American.
a real American.
I do math with wait.
Calculator.
What?
Math? No, he said meth.
Oh, meth? Oh, I thought you
I
said
do
math.
meth with my calculator.
It's a good meth companion, my calculator.
Mhm.
Mhm.
He's gonna look into all my stuff and find out why they denied, like, my tinnitus. He's like,
Yeah.
in the notes, they acknowledge that you have tinnitus, and then denied your claim for tinnitus.
And yet,
Like, he says they acknowledge that you were a gunner's mate and were around loud
They-
noises all
they
the time.
acknowledge you.
Yeah, they acknowledge me.
we gotta talk about. We got a lot to talk about. We got 2 weeks of life to catch up on.
I mean, I got a story
He's got stories, folks.
I can't
which
wait.
I did tell on the Snapchats, but I don't mind telling it again.
Yeah, that's a story worth telling.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Tyson called and asked me about it. My cousin, his mom.
You're like, well,
Yeah. He was
I
like,
did see that. I
spill
was
the
gonna ask you
tea.
about it.
Spill the tea. And I was like, oh, I didn't call you. I thought about calling you, but I didn't want to bug you. I didn't want to.
like I didn't figure this mattered.
I
Like,
didn't want to bother you with your mom's bullshit. And he was like, no, 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 no. If something like this happens, let me know. I want to hear it because fuck her.
well, first of all, my friend with the cigar burns was back.
Dude, I told my mom about that. Not that she remembers me telling her, but I told her the other day and she was like, that's pretty good.
Well, this is one of those things. I wanted to see how far I could take it.
Yeah.
You know, and apparently, as far as I wanted.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I got in with some rough people, man.
At 7:58, I will go change channels. Might be 7:59.
What, for like Jeopardy or something?
Yeah, Jeopardy will be over. Jeopardy's over. Wheel of Foreskin's on, and the
I thought these
Masked
were on the same
Singer's
channel.
on. They are.
Oh.
No, I have to change it from that channel to the Masked
To the
Singer.
Masked Singer.
Masked Singer and
Masked Singer.
What is that other one? The Floor. That's on after. She likes.
Is that
those
any
shows.
good?
It's not bad. I like
I
it.
haven't actually watched it.
I only watched it because it was on after we were done, and I sat down and I see Brian Callahan, and I'm like, wait, isn't he on Mallrats and Clerks? And she was like, I don't know, and I'm like, no, he is.
He is.
That was more of a statement.
Yeah,
It was like that was declarative.
tell him, Steve Dave.
Fuck you, fanboy.
Earlier, I was writing a message, and
Not
like
any
if
of
I was
us.
like, no. If I was gonna say, hey, can you meet me later? That's a question. But
Very
the way I typed it was like, how do I go? Hey, I was just wondering if you've got time. If you've got time, I want to talk about these things with you. Blah blah blah. Like, it was longer and more of a statement. And at the end of the sentence, I was like, wait, is this still a question, or am I telling him this is what I'm going to do?
Right. By the way.
Mm-hmm. But like the way I had structured the sentence, I was like, question or statement?
That's not a question.
I was like,
this is more a list of terms.
Yeah.
Yay, stand alone. I don't know why that song's in my head. That's
a second Godsmack reference I've heard today. Like, I was working. I'm riding back with the woman who's there to pick me up, and she's like a 60-year-old woman. Voodoo by Godsmack comes on. She's like, oh, I love Godsmack. Like, turns it up, and she's like, I saw him twice. I'm like, as headliners? She's like, hell yeah. And I was like, okay, old lady, let's
hell
do it.
yeah.
Hell
That's
yeah,
awesome.
old lady. And so she's like, woo. She's fucking singing along to it. That's got one of the coolest fucking drum lines.
That standalone song is part of two of my favorite growing up soundtracks. The Scorpion King soundtrack and the Queen of the Dam soundtrack were two of my favorite like soundtracks. It's like Static X, and I'm not like a huge. They're all like kind of like goth kid songs,
right?
Yeah.
But I also loved the movie. But so
was that the one with Aaliyah?
Yeah, where she was the queen of the vampires.
Haven't seen
You never
them.
watched Scorpion King?
No.
I haven't seen Scorpion King.
Never watched any of the Mummy movies.
Oh,
okay.
dude, The Mummy is awesome.
Dude, Rachel Weisz.
Oof.
Tongue click, okay.
As a damsel not in distress,
Yeah.
she's a bad bitch. Like I'm with it. Like everything about that movie is awesome. Like everybody, there's no like tropes that are like nobody's denigrated for being anything. They just fucking everybody contributes something, and nobody is the butt of the joke for the sake of being the butt of the joke.
Yeah.
And it has really good humor, good fight scenes in it.
Brendan Fraser's just a stud.
Yeah, and Brendan Fraser does some fucking hand-to-hand fighting, and he looks like a badass.
Right, I'll find it and watch it.
And even the graphics stand up. Even though you'll watch it and you'll be like, okay, this is an early 2000s movie.
CGI, right.
CGI, but it's not bad. The worst is probably the wolf Egyptian god ones. When a bunch of them pop up. I can't remember the name of that god.
Anubis.
Yeah, the jackals. Yeah, the Anubis dogs. A bunch of them pop up at once. And that's probably the
shitty.
iffiest CGI, other than the Scorpion King himself. So 1 and 2, solid CGI, minus the jackals.
And minus the Rock's head.
Yeah, you get because the Rock. Wait, the Rock was that?
Mummy the Rock 3, was in 2. No, he was in 2. That's when the Scorpion King was introduced, and the Scorpion King was between 2 and 3.
Somebody's over here. I think it's Grayson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's about TV changing time.
Yeah.
No,
the 3 was the one with Jet Li when they go to China.
Is it? I've never seen 3.
See that one's pretty solid too. One also, I'm a Jet Li fan, and it's very Mummy meets Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Crouching Mummy, Hidden Dragon.
Yeah. Crouching Mummy, Hidden Jackal.
Hidden Pharaoh.
Yeah.
It's got such a good story too, and everybody's so hot. Like a Noxtuna Moon is hot. Like Ramses, if you're into that sort of thing, is a pretty good looking dude. Like Brendan Fraser's.
he's all tall.
Yeah, like fucking buff and shit.
Like, and this was before like being super like, so he's not super jacked.
Yeah, he's not like The Rock.
But he's like what women think a dad bod should be today.
Right, but he's like jacked.
Yeah.
It's funny. I'm like, no, I have a dad bod. This is a dad bod.
Yeah, what you're looking for is an athletic bod.
Like, I'm a dad bod on an athletic build. Like that's pretty high up there. I'll take it. He's the Mummy's coming back again.
I want to say Ming-Na Wen is in the Mummy 3 as well.
I don't know what the fuck you just said, little kid.
Man.
You don't know who Ming-Na Wen is?
No.
Is that on the menu at
say that
orange chicken place?
Can you say that on
Kung Fu Panda or whatever? What is that? Panda Express. There it is.
Kung Fu Panda Express.
Kung Fu Panda.
Kung Fu Panda Express
is the name of the pre-show.
There was a Chinese guy with Down syndrome, and they kept calling him Down Fu Panda. And he was breaking bricks. My initial thought was like, wait, I thought they got rid of those ones.
Oh.
All right.
I mean, that's kind of a joke, but also like.
All right, man.
Well, y'all have a good one.
Are you ready for a good ass show?
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, here we are. We're back again after a brief hiatus. It's another edition.
I don't know what the fuck that even means.
It's another episode of my show.
These chicks have that,
and you might recognize him from the wall at your local post office. It's Dave.
Am I missing? No, I'm giving fishing lessons to local children. That's on every post office corkboard. Fishing lessons for children.
Yeah, I saw that ad last time I was at the post office. And I was like, who is getting fishing lessons?
Right? That or the free fishing day for kids notification that happens to be all year round.
Yeah.
At a pond that doesn't exist anymore.
It's just dirt.
It's just dirt.
Where they hide all
only
the free chickens.
Yeah, the old dirt chickens. I feel like that sounds like a slur.
By the
Them
way,
goddamn dirt chickens were in
we're
my
not
lawn
through
again.
the intros, and Dirt Chickens
Oh.
is the name of the episode.
Speaking of dirt chickens.
Speaking of dirt chickens and racism, it's Robin.
Goddamn right it is. If there's one thing you know about me, it's I like dirt chickens and I love racism.
I love racism, bro.
Oh god, I am Robin, and
I'm gonna start calling people dirt chickens, just random ones.
I do have. Well, I don't know if you can say that, but I guess if you do, they're not gonna know what it means, and it's okay. Bringing it back around, the guy touching tips, eating chips. He doesn't have any
Flipping
chips.
tricks.
I wish I
And
had
turning
some
tricks.
chips.
No, wait.
But-
Anyway,
wait,
the
no,
hoop
no.
snake, known as Jake.
It's me, One Take Jake, back in the saddle again. Happy to be here. Excited to talk about some shit. Man, it's been a while.
Like, I feel like we have more things to talk about than we have time for.
It definitely,
Mhm.
like, it's going to be one of those, like, we have 2 weeks of content for one show, and then next week we'll have, like, a week and 2/3 content for a show, and, like, we'll slowly catch up, like we're watching, like we're trying to
We'll
watch a break.
see, because Thunderbolts comes out this week, and Dave and I are going to see that, and then the
Mhm.
spring sale, surplus sale is happening, and I'll have things to talk about and show from that. So we might be busy for a minute.
Might be busy for a minute, but hey, it's who we are. It's what we're
That's life.
Mhm.
here. That's life. But yeah, I guess we could talk about the WrestleManias.
Has it been that long?
Yeah, we haven't talked
Yep.
since WrestleMania.
Holy
Mhm.
fuck. We've had like Fallout since then.
Yeah, and
Things have happened.
we're not talking Nuka-Cola, folks.
But it did come out of nowhere.
Yeah,
God
yeah.
damn
Oh, God,
dirt
yeah.
chickens and ferals. Feral dirt chickens.
Speaking of dirt chickens, Travis Scott came out and ruined everything.
Because The Rock didn't show up.
Yeah, fucking dirt chicken.
You
Mhm.
saw his reasons that he gave. How much of that are you buying?
How much is being sold?
Yeah, I'm buying none of it.
Exactly.
I don't know. I think he was just trying to prove a point or something.
I saw somebody say essentially that they're trying to take down Triple H.
I think I sent it to you.
Yeah, you may have. I've been in a whirlwind of catching up with my TikToks and knock
Yeah.
knocks and whatnot.
The Rock was
Mhm.
gone promoting a movie where he has hair.
Oh, have you seen the trailer for that?
Some parts of it.
I heard some reviews for it.
Is it
Not good.
Mean Machine, Killing Machine,
The
Smashing Machine?
Smashing Machine.
Yeah. It's about an actual UFC guy.
I'm gonna
And,
read a review.
Mark Kerr, I think it
Yeah,
was.
Mark Kerr.
Not to be
I've been
confused
seeing
with Nick.
Yeah, he's not there. A lot of old UFC interviews have been popping up on my phone,
Yeah.
and I can't remember which guy it was. He was like in UFC 4, and they were asking him about his background in martial arts before UFC 4, and he's like, none.
Tank
They're
Abbott.
like, no, it wasn't Tank Abbott, black dude.
Mm.
But he's like, yeah, like I had never been in a bar fight. I had never taken the class. He's like, but I marked that all down because they had no way of verifying.
Right. Is that the guy that Tank Abbott beat up?
No, because he was fighting another black dude.
Do you remember when Tank Abbott pulled a knife at WCW
Yes.
and he threatened to cut somebody's fucking head off?
Oh, hey, that's
Yeah.
my move.
I figured that's where you learned it.
Yeah. Oh, Tank Abbott. That's
Were
why
you
I'm growing
looking
the
for
beard
that
longer.
trailer or something, Jake?
No, I have. This
Oh.
is from MMAmania.com. Rock Bottom, UFC Smashing Machine movie draws head scratching early reviews. So
It doesn't come out till October. How do they have reviews?
It's a pre-screen. You ever heard of it? Ever heard of a pre-screen?
I guess.
All right, a blockbuster Hollywood biopic. Oh wait. Unfortunately, early reactions suggest audiences are in for a head scratcher. Jordan Rumini of worldofreal.com dropped a report this week based on whispers he's picked up, and the outlook isn't promising. Quote, a month ago, the Smashing Machine screened for a lucky few. I kept quiet about it. However, it screened again, and judging by what I've heard, there's zero doubt in my mind that people are not ready for the type of film in store. I'm told what the director has concocted is indescribable in tone and style, and that it almost plays like a spoof of the biopic genre. In other words, the Smashing Machine is gonzo filmmaking and not Oscar bait in the least.
Oh.
Dwayne Johnson's performance runs totally opposite to the film's odd style, he concluded. It's as if his performance belongs in a different movie, one attendee told me. In other words, The Smashing Machine is not the film any of us expected it to be. Although described as a biopic of Mark Kerr, this is not a conventional take on his life. It was supposed to be Dwayne's ticket to the Academy Award. The red flag, The Rock's performance feels wildly out of sync with the film's vision. Yeah, but I'm going to see it because I think it's interesting. But yeah, it's really funny to hear that review come out. It's like, yeah, they don't know what what is this movie? Why? Who bothered to make this and why?
I have a feeling that people that know MMA are gonna want to see it,
right?
Because just from the trailer, I saw a bunch of things that I was like, I recognize that, I recognize that, I recognize that. Like there were plenty of things that I look forward to seeing.
And yeah, it's one of those things. It's like with the Queen of the Ring movie that just came out about Mildred Burke.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet. I will, but it's not a movie that has wide appeal.
Yeah.
The people who are going to like it are going to love it, but the people who don't really, it's like Foxcatcher is another good example of this.
I was thinking of Iron Claw.
The Kid Brother.
Yeah.
Like an Angel Kid Brother.
Yeah.
But people who don't understand the world of collegiate style wrestling, don't really understand what's going on in Foxcatcher for a lot of the film and why what's happening is happening, and
why are there so many prosthetics in this movie?
Yeah. We're not talking about noses, folks.
Oh.
We're not talking about noses, you hear?
No, we're talking about WrestleMania.
Let's
talk about the fucking super fast face turn for Dominic Mysterio.
Let's talk about getting a couple sweaty men together here, and let's get them in the ring together now, and let's get them to wrestle, and let's get them to figure out which one of these nerds is going to be champion.
All I'm asking for is $2 million
and an 8-ball. Yeah, Dominic Mysterio, out of nowhere, everybody loves him.
They're like, oh my God, this guy's awesome. Why? He didn't do it. I didn't understand, and I still don't. I don't understand how it happened.
Yeah, because he hasn't done anything different.
No.
Didn't he team up with it's not Sin Cara. Penta.
Not really. I don't know, man. It was just a weird match. You got Braun Breaker and Penta, and then Finn Balor.
And
then the greatest Mysterio to ever live. It's like they just bought into all the bullshit all of a sudden.
Yeah, he's a 15-year veteran at this point.
Yeah, it's wild.
Oh, 20. No, I take that back. 20 years ago, he was baby Dominic.
In the cage.
Yeah, with between Eddie and Ray for the custody of Dominic.
And his gimmick is just I'm gonna make fun of everything, and yeah, exactly. I'm gonna be a fucking dirtball about all of it.
He's basically Eddie Guerrero as a Mysterio.
Yeah, kinda.
Is like
And Eddie
Like,
Mysterio.
Yeah,
now I get the hair.
yeah,
and the
he
facial
lies,
hair.
he cheats, he steals, but
I get it.
He lies, he cheats, he steals. 619.
exactly. Yeah, and he's pretty funny. Like I was listening to him on. I think Robin sent me the video. He's talking about. They said, "Well, what happened? You're trying to take the mask off." And he's like, "Well, I had, like the movie The Mask with Jim Carrey. It's like the power that was in the mask. I decided, I don't need it, and so I went to take it off. But the mask didn't want me to take it off because it wanted me to have the powers. But I said, no, I don't need it, and I got the mask off."
Yeah, he's pretty funny.
It's it's high level stuff. If WWE allows a lot of these guys to be themselves, they're doing a really good job.
Yeah.
There's some people who should not be allowed to be themselves. Charlotte Flair.
That Sami Zayn guy.
Man,
Anybody else.
You hate
I
Sami
hate him
Zayn.
so much. He's the fucking worst. There's no reason this guy should be in professional wrestling. What was the joke I said?
He's a guy who got fired.
He looks like a guy that got fired from the Portlandia set as being an extra because he looked too much like an extra from Portlandia.
Because they thought he was just a guy who wandered on the set in Portland.
And he drove off in his fucking Subaru.
No, he rides a bike.
Yeah.
Right, probably.
With a dildo instead of a seat.
Like he's not athletic. He's not ripped. He's not funny. He's not entertaining. He just looks like a dude. He dresses like a dildo.
An uncircumcised one.
And then when they give him a microphone and a chance to talk, he's like, "Oh, I don't know, guys. I just want to check out your feelings." Like, fuck off. It's wrestling.
Like, I just want to make sure everyone's getting along.
Fuck your feelings. I'm glad that everybody's like, one more time. Did you watch Raw yet?
Not yet.
Oh my God. Well, wait till the end because the one more time thing is hilarious to me.
Is it like I saw a still image? Is it Braun Breaker just destroying Sami Zayn? Oh, that's gonna be fun to watch.
Over and over and over. Yeah. And
he just does he just beat him over his traps?
No, he gets a run like some sort of special kid.
Yeah, he really
fast.
He charges up the run,
like Dwight from The Office.
He's running downhill.
Oh,
gonna write that down.
That guy is still responsible for the greatest spear I've ever seen in my life.
Oh yeah, it's not gonna be top till he does it to someone better.
Exactly. Well, let's see. Well, the funny part is now, like, which one are we talking about?
I just assumed it was the zero no-show speed, whatever his name is.
Yeah, that was the first one, and then I remembered the one he hit on Carlito like 2 weeks ago.
Carlito's was pretty solid.
And he hit him with the spear and front flipped out of it.
Yeah.
It was he's so fast.
Because he had a straight run at it instead of having to turn corners and shit.
I do like how he does his corner spear, like his out of the ring spears.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna start on the other end.
Yeah.
And turns don't matter to me.
I don't remember the last time I saw somebody that was that fast in the wrestling ring.
And I can't think of anybody that he just moves really, really quickly.
Yeah.
Well, I guess quickly isn't the word. It's fast. Because quick is like Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio.
Quick.
Yeah. Huh.
But truth be told, I mean, Braun Breaker's pretty quick too.
Yeah.
I mean, he jumps up on the top rope and does the Breakensteiner. That is crazy. You know what? I was thinking about it the other day. Do you remember? It was like about a year ago. I sent you a video. I was like, dude, check out Jacob Fatu. This guy's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, this guy's pretty good. And then boom, here he is now. He's the Intercontinental Champion. I was like, and he's pretty fucking awesome.
Yep. So let's see. I didn't get to watch. I need to go back and watch the women's match, the triple threat. Heard that was good.
Yeah,
From
3 chicks
Mania?
getting it on.
Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns and CM Punk was a good match.
That was really good.
John Cena beating Cody Rhodes. I mean, the end was kind of dumb.
Yeah, the end sucked. I mean, the match was telling a story, so it kind of was what it was. And then
Right.
until Travis Scott came out, Fiend,
Which was
Fiend,
probably supposed to be The
Fiend,
Rock or something.
Fiend.
Bullet hates that song.
That's why I sent it in the group chat within the wrestling TikTok.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, and that was the
Mhm.
other thing is like I had never heard this song by Travis Scott. Apparently he made it like 8 years ago.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, and now it's on like Mountain Dew commercials and they use it for WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And also it's weird to use the WrestleMania theme as your theme as an entrance.
It is. It's a weird move.
Even
It's
if
like
it
you
is your
create
song.
create a character, then you don't change the music
Yeah.
setting.
It's just the stock music.
It's just the stock.
Like I always came out to either Too Cool's music or Ass Man.
I'm an ass man.
Bow, bow.
If it's not Stone Cold, then come on.
Well, I couldn't have Stone Cold. Stone Cold was Stone Cold.
You can do whatever you want.
I know, but I
You
don't want to be a dick rider, you know.
What
I want
else?
to be an ass man.
Want to talk about the draft?
I wanna
Oh, yeah,
love
the
him.
draft happened too.
Oh shit!
Yeah, that's got a lot to talk about
Fucking
there.
Shador Sanders. Oh my god.
All the way to the fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Fifth.
fifth.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. 10 Ducks
Yikes.
drafted.
Before Shador Sanders.
So 10 Ducks drafted. Oh, I think only 8 were drafted before him.
Oh, pardon me. Only
No.
8 Ducks got
Only
drafted.
8 Ducks got drafted.
Our little
including
quarterback, our tiny little guy,
Who got drafted
our
before
Hawaiian leprechaun.
Shador to the same team that
To the
Shador
same
got
team.
drafted.
They
So
have
that's
like
gonna be-
6 quarterbacks on their roster right now.
Yeah, and only one of them should be in jail
that we know of.
that we know of,
It's the welfare kid situation. One of these has got to be a superstar.
right? Well, you got old Papa Flacco.
Papa Flocka Flame.
Papa Flacco Flame, yes.
Yep.
Oh, that
Yep.
should be his nickname, Papa Flacco Flame. I don't know what he'll do. He'll
Ace.
probably start the first 2 games and let
die.
a little bit of development happen, and then
And
then
he'll
he'll
be
get
like, oh
hurt.
no, my thumb
Yeah.
on my non-throwing hand.
Yeah. All right, just pay me my guarantee and I'll hang out and talk to little kids. Not like that. I meant like the younger players.
Yeah, you definitely don't want Deshaun Watson doing that.
Yeah, Deshaun Watson,
No,
you just
no.
go in the corner. No masseuse for you.
Who was it? There was who was the other guy recently who got caught doing that same shit?
The kicker, Tucker.
Oh yeah, Justin
Tucker. Yeah.
That motherfucker.
Mother Tucker.
The old Tucker Tug.
Hey, Justin Tugger. Hey.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. And then Kenny Pickett, who I thought was actually going to have
That's not a name you want as a quarterback.
No. I will say that at one point I was like, if this guy has a breakout year, I won't be surprised. But then that never happened.
Yeah.
Kenny Pickett is up there with Ed Balfour for names that you don't like. Ed Balfour was a pitcher. That's a bad name for a pitcher.
Ball four. That's one of my favorite things about baseball is when the college teams do that. I think it's Texas A&M
that's
that
an A&M
started
thing,
it,
yeah.
but I still will start doing it. Like when I go watch Rivs games and nobody can pitch, I'll be like ball 4, ball 5, ball 5, ball.
Yeah.
Like just sitting by myself.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so it's basically going to be a battle between Gabriel and
old
Shador.
curvy short and black.
Did Did you see any of the reports that came out about why he fell so far in the draft?
Yeah, basically he walked in there and acted like a dickhead.
Yeah.
I mean, kind of.
He's Deion Sanders' kid.
There was that, and then
Mhm.
there was I can't remember which coach it was, or maybe they never reported. One of the coaches gave him like a playbook or set of plays with things that were wrong in them.
That's Brian Dable from the New York Giants.
Makes sense. And
Mhm.
asked him what was wrong with them, and he's like, nothing wrong with these. These are good. And he's like, actually, there were a bunch of things wrong. Or there was another team that interviewed him, and they were asking about a pick that he threw and why he threw it, and he just kept putting the blame on other people. And they kept giving him chances to own up to it, and he was
Mhm.
like, yeah, I mean, like, if there's got to be somebody's fault. Like, yeah, it's yours, dude.
Yeah, you threw it.
You threw the ball to
Mhm.
the
I mean,
other team.
it's one of those deals, right, where it's like, why'd you throw a pick here? It's like, well, I trusted my arm. I thought I could make a play, and I neglected to see 31 slipping in underneath on the hook. I thought he was on a flat. He was on a hook.
This has got to be his first time having somebody that's not his dad as the coach.
Well, and one of the things that I heard today is like, how do you not get coached? How do you? Well, he doesn't have an agent, so he doesn't have someone to tell him how to conduct himself in these interviews and how to prep him for the
Right.
questions that coaches ask.
Well, and he is great. He's a Hall of Famer. I loved him for years. But Deion Sanders is not the man that should be telling you how to get ready for things. Because he's Deion Sanders. One of the reasons we love Deion Sanders so much is because he is the way he is. And he backed it up for years.
Mm-hmm.
But now you get your boy's number retired? For what? For what?
For what?
Like,
Jinx, you. I always
Travis-
joke.
For 13 wins and 12 losses.
yeah, Travis Hunter, I could see possibly
I'll buy it.
if he had
You know
played
what?
at Colorado for 4 years.
No, I think my dad said something, and I believe I agree with it. You win the Heisman Trophy, you should get your number retired.
Yeah,
I don't
I'm
have
alright
a
with that
problem
one.
with that. Yeah.
But Shador getting his number retired? Why
That's
didn't
weak.
Shiloh get his number retired? He was in the draft too.
Well, and we usually saw his back most of the time.
Yeah.
Did he get signed by anybody?
Probably not. That guy's a
I know.
fucking bum.
Yeah.
He is not good.
Mm-hmm.
I fucking like he's the biggest nepo baby I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He sucked up somebody's roster spot.
Pretty much.
Yep. I actually
And suck.
Cam
Emphasis on
Newton.
suck.
Cam Newton actually, I love and hate Cam Newton sometimes because actually I really like watching him because one, he looks like a clown, but two,
What's Cam wearing today?
yeah, right. But also like he does have some good points sometimes. So like today I was watching him talk about Shador, and he's like, now, so he was kind of giving his take, and he's like, as a GM, you've got to look at, okay, I'm going to draft this kid. Well, if I draft this kid, his father will absolutely want in on decision making for the team. He's like, I'm the fucking owner of the team.
Yeah. Which is kind of why I'm surprised that Dallas didn't pick him up.
Nobody wants nobody wants a celebrity as a backup quarterback.
Yeah.
And that's something I heard a lot this week.
Yeah.
As far as Cam Newton goes, I really like Cam Newton. I think he's got a really unique perspective, and he doesn't mind speaking his mind, regardless of what you feel about what he has to say. Like, you know it's coming from a place of experience. He's not just blowing smoke out of his ass. I really like. I was thinking about actually starting to listen to his show because every time I see a clip, I'm like, yeah, no, I agree with that. Yes, I agree with that. Or I'm like, wow, that's a really unique perspective. Like, I've really come to appreciate Cam Newton after he left now that he's no longer playing.
Yeah. That's fair.
Like, I still think he's a douche, but douches can have good points.
Yeah.
And that's really my opinion on him. He's a douche that makes good points. Like, do your thing, man.
They say the same thing about Colin Coward.
Yeah, I don't have a
Or
problem
no,
with him mostly.
he's just a douche sometimes.
Yeah.
He's no Doug Gottlieb, that's for sure.
No.
That
But yeah, we got
guy.
10 guys drafted.
7 guys signed.
Oh, so we're up to 7
We were at 7
undrafted
yesterday. Yeah. I haven't looked.
What's UFAs?
Unsigned free agent.
Yeah, that's right.
17. That's pretty good.
That's a solid number.
And that's the first class from Coach Lanning there too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How are we feeling about everyone going where they went? Do you guys know off the top of your heads? I'm gonna pull it up.
Tez going to the Bucks.
Tampa, yeah.
I like that.
I like that one.
I guess so they had the Buccaneers GM on McAfee today, and he was talking about signing Tez, and he was like, every couple weeks Bucky Irving was coming in and talking to us about Tez Johnson and how good he is and how much he wishes we had him, and so we signed him, so now we don't have to hear that anymore.
Right.
But they also have the largest guy in the NFL. They signed the kid from Florida that's like 6'8" and 460 pounds.
Damn.
So he's actually 300 pounds heavier than Tez. They have the biggest guy and the smallest guy in the league.
I really like Josh Connerly going to the Commanders.
Yeah.
I think that was a really good pick, and I think he's going to do really well there.
He will do well.
Terrence Ferguson going to the Rams was a good pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even James, the 49ers.
Yeah, that's right. Jordan James went to the 49ers.
Oh, did he? I missed that.
Yep. I will say Dylan Gabriel going to the Browns, though. I don't.
Yeah, it kind of sucks.
I don't like that at all.
Oh, Johnny Cornelius went to the Cowboys.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, my brother-in-law was asking me a bunch of questions about him. He's like, "Hey, is this guy any good?" And I was like, "Well, in over 1,000 snaps, he only gave up 3 sacks, and those 3 sacks only happened because he became the blindside tackle."
And wasn't he the guy that kind of shut down Abdul Carter?
No, that was Connerly.
Oh, well, good for you, Redskins. I mean, Washington football team or Commanders or whatever you are this week.
Washington football team was so tough. They should have stayed with that.
I think a lot of people didn't like it.
I don't know why. It sounds so cool.
It sounds so soccer is why.
Yeah.
Is that really why? Washington?
Yeah.
I guess. Washington football team, though, it has gravitas.
It sounds like you made a team and didn't name them on the game.
Here comes the Washington football
What
team.
did we not talk about? Oh, Bossa going to the Chiefs.
The Chefs, yeah, that's true.
That's a good one.
That one, I like that one because I get to watch Bossa play more.
Yeah.
Because my parents always have the Chiefs on, so I'm going to get to see Bossa play as
Who
long
are
as
the
he stays
Chefs?
there.
Who is Great googly moogly. I like that Jabari Caldwell went in the 3rd round and nobody's mentioned it. It's just like, oh yeah, another one of our linemen went.
Yeah.
Jordan Birch went in the 3rd round to the Cardinals. That's annoying because I'm gonna have to deal with him.
Who did Seattle draft? I feel like they drafted somebody that Jalen Milroe.
Yeah, that was a good pick in the 3rd round.
I thought that it was funny that he was under the impression that Seattle had him as the highest graded quarterback in the draft. And then somebody in their press conference asked them, was he the highest rated quarterback you guys had in the draft? Because we asked him and that's what he told us. And they're like, I mean, like, he's a great player. Like, just kind of ducked around the question.
He's going to do a lot of great things here in Seattle.
Yeah. Like,
this is
Sam Darnold.
This is not draft, but it's I've been following recruiting a little bit more this year than I ever have.
Yeah.
And we
It's
lost
annoying,
Cody.
isn't it?
It pisses me off, and I don't know why I keep doing it, but we lost Cody Green to Washington, which pisses me off.
Yep.
Yeah,
5-star offensive lineman. But we're still in the running for at least 2 of the top 3, I think. One of them has basically committed to USC.
But he's flipping.
Yeah, but he still has a visit to Oregon coming up, and then 2 of the other guys. And then I actually have them open highlight videos for the 2 quarterbacks we're going after.
Oh, the kid it's us or Georgia?
Yeah. One it's us or Georgia, the other one us or BYU.
Dude, BYU is spending a lot of money.
Mm-hmm. Well, and this kid, so if the good thing happens, we get both of them because one of them's coming in next year. The other one is going on a 1-year mission. So he would technically be a 2026 recruit, even though so we'd get 2 of the top 5 or 10 quarterbacks in the nation.
Kids.
Yeah. Someone said that they believe that Dan Lanning is trying to do the Nick Saban thing.
Yep.
And just be like, okay, you're the senior quarterback now, and you've had
who
4
said
years
that?
to get ready.
It was you on the last episode.
Oh, was it?
You did say that.
Well, I've got some good points.
that Dave.
Don't quote me on that, but quote me on that.
Yeah, it is funny to think about, like, because it was always like, well, who's the Alabama Alabama's got to replace their senior quarterback, and it was like, okay,
yeah,
right.
The next senior quarterback, he's going to be awesome too.
Bama did that a lot with running back too. It was like, okay,
dude, Heisman winner, like
Trent Richardson, Derrick Henry, like every year is just a new guy.
Mm-hmm. The kicker now is getting kids to want to hang out for 3 years and develop.
Right.
Oregon seems to be doing a pretty decent job of that.
Well, you saw the Bussin' with the Boys interview. Did you watch any of that at all?
I haven't had an opportunity, no.
From what they took away, like they hung out there in Eugene for a couple days, and they're like, we've never seen a place that is so the culture is just ingrained, and these guys are buying in. And I think that's literally what Alabama had. Not only are they buying in, but we're buying in with NIL. Like Dan Lanning understands the world of college football and the way it works now. And I think other teams are they're trying to catch up at this point.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple teams that do NIL really well. Texas is probably the team that does NIL the best.
Yeah.
How about A&M? Are they? I mean,
they do NIL well, but they don't do anything football well.
Right. A&M's
got tons of money and don't know what to. Yeah, tons of money, don't know what to do with it.
Exactly.
I think Notre Dame's doing a pretty good job too.
Notre Dame's spending a lot of money. SMU's spending a lot of money.
Which is surprising, but not.
Yeah. Well, it's right there in Dallas.
Right.
Miami's spending a bunch of money. Let's see, who else in the ACC?
Oh, speaking of Miami, the Cam Ward story. In my head, Cam Ward's always been a Miami quarterback.
Did you forget he was at Washington State?
We saw him.
Like we watched him play in front of us.
No, you're right, and it just disappeared from my mind.
That's
the whole.
Just gonna hit the belt.
A zero-star recruit, and now he's the number 1 pick.
Yeah,
that's what kind of opened my eyes to it again. I started looking at it, and I was like, oh yeah, okay, I watched him play.
Totally forgot.
Completely out of my mind. Because it was like Cam Ward came to, in my head, the way I remember it is Cam Ward came out of nowhere, and now he's the Miami quarterback.
Well, I remember watching him and being like, God damn, this guy's good. Why is this guy so fucking good?
Yeah.
Like, who is he?
Belong at Washington State. But he came from a high school that ran the option. That's why he was 0-star. Mm-hmm. They didn't let him throw.
Yeah. And then he played for some FCS school.
Incarnate Word.
Yep.
Yeah. And yeah, dude, it just the story of Cam Ward. Like, I'm appreciating him more now, and I kind of want to go back and watch some Miami games now. Like, because I didn't watch a single Miami game all year.
The thing that frustrated me about Cam Ward getting drafted number 1 was I was like, all right, Cam Ward's drafted number 1. Hey, Travis Hunter's drafted number 2.
Yeah.
Everybody, look, Travis
Well,
Hunter's drafted
because
number-
you know why that happened, though, is because everybody already knew Cam Ward was the number 1 pick.
right.
And
hmm
who's going to be number 2 was a big question. Then Jacksonville traded up. And
Duval.
I heard
Mhm.
that was funny. Past tense ding. Something I heard today was when Travis Hunter comes up for a contract in a couple of years, is he going to be wanting number 1 cornerback money and number 1 wide receiver money?
Well, I guess that depends if Jacksonville is going to run him as
From,
Oh, they
from
will.
everything they're saying, that they're playing him on both sides of the ball. It's
gotta
going to be
remember-
limited on parts, but
You got to
Yeah.
remember who owns the Jacksonville Jaguars.
uh-huh.
that
Dave
greasy,
does. I don't think Dave understands
that
Oh.
greasy Greek.
Tony Khan.
Tony Khan, well, Shad Khan owns
Shad Khan, yeah.
Mhm.
Tony Khan owns what's the wrestling?
AEW.
Yeah.
So the owner of AEW is the son of the owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. And last year on the during the draft, Tony Khan, like the night before on AEW Dynamite, got attacked and hit with a Meltzer driver by the Young Bucks. And so he showed up to the draft the next day with one of those big foam neck collars on.
Like total Bobby Heenan move.
Yeah, and he's like sitting there, and they showed like footage of it afterwards, and they had like cameras in the draft room, and the other people are sitting around. They're like, "What's with the neck thing?" And they're like, "It's for the wrestling thing."
It's called kayfabe.
They're
Shut
like,
up.
just forget it. And like he went on NFL Network because they wanted to talk to somebody about the draft, and he's like, "I'll talk to somebody about the draft." And he goes on there with the neck brace on.
And he cuts a promo.
Basically, they're like, "Tony, so talk to us about the draft. Or what's going on with the neck?" He's like, "Well, last night on AEW Dynamite on TBS, live at 9 o'clock, I was hit with a Meltzer driver, one of the most fearsome moves in all Elite Wrestling on AEW Dynamite Wednesdays at 9 on TBS. That's what happened. I got hit
And
with
we're going to draft the most electric, the most satisfying quarterback and wide receiver
Oh.
combo."
Dude, speaking of satisfying, back to wrestling. I enjoy how they're bringing all the NXT chicks in. Like, please just make them full-time Raw
Yeah.
wrestlers.
I'll make them a full-time
Yeah.
Raw.
Yeah, some of these girls can be replaced with the
You.
likes of Stephanie Vacker.
Dude, her and God, I don't know any of their names, but I
It's
remember their faces.
We need to play another. We need to play another round of porn star
Bam, bam,
NXT.
bam, bam,
Yeah.
bam, 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 ba-dum-ba, ba-da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, dude, they're so good. Like, some of them can really wrestle too. Well, actually, all of them, I shouldn't say can really wrestle. They wrestle well for girls.
They can wrestle.
They wrestle.
Women. Sorry, women.
Well, here's the
Females.
ultimate
Oh,
compliment in wrestling for a woman is to say that she wrestles like a guy. And there are a lot of the women who are wrestling now who have come up that way and have a lot of talent. It's not the diva style anymore, where it's like,
What is that chick's name? Her last name's Green, and she wrestled
Chelsea Green?
Penta. She can wrestle.
yeah,
She
She's-
can fucking
she's
wrestle.
good. Chelsea Green's really good.
Like,
and,
I would like to see her on actual TV, not
well,
NXT.
she's locked up in as a comedy character, so she doesn't really do anything.
She's funny though.
Yeah,
Like, she actually is funny. I've watched a couple of interviews with her, and dude, let her be her. Get her out there. Get mommy wrestling her.
she's like the Chapel Roan of wrestling.
Oh God, that chick.
I don't know. I think that's a bad.
Have you heard
Chaperone
about
makes me
her?
think she
No, not
probably
at all.
Stinks.
She looks sticky.
She smells bad.
Yeah, Chaperone
Like, people
looks
say
like
she doesn't wipe her ass.
Oh, she's one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
How did that become
actually,
a thing?
bro, don't ask me.
Women's
I have-
suffrage.
They misunderstood the term.
Yeah.
We're supposed to
let-
make you suffrage.
feminism.
The hygiene.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like yeah. I washed all of Grayson's clothes because I was tired of him smelling like must. Because the kid washes his clothes but forgets to dry them. So I was like, the other day I gave him a laundry bag. I'm like, go grab all your laundry and I'm gonna wash it and dry it.
That is
what
such
a
a triggering
useless
smell.
mother.
It is such a triggering smell for the fucking musty clothes out of the washing machine.
That's why I built her steps today, because she was gonna have John do it, and I was like, okay. She's like, all he needs is the tools and the hardware, and I was like,
All he needs is a miracle.
If he doesn't have tools, then I don't trust him to use mine.
Yeah, last thing you need is him Jimmy rigging something, if you know what I mean.
Jimmy rigging.
Jimmy rigging it.
Specifically Jimmy.
James to his parents.
He might James rig it.
He might James rig it.
That sounds so dirty. Give it the old Jimmy rig. That does remind me of the time I was at a baseball game with my uncle, and my dad was there, my brother was there, and he sits down with a hot dog, and I just look over, and in like the plainest, just deadpan delivery, I go, "Wow, would you look at the size of Jim's wiener?" Right, it's just a total throwaway line, but he got so embarrassed by it. He's like, that's not funny. That's not something we should joke about. And I'm like, it just made everybody laugh even higher, even harder.
Right.
Like,
that's exactly what you should be joking about.
They laughed higher.
They laughed higher. Everyone laughed higher. It's like Austin Powers. How does that feel, baby? Lower. How does that feel, baby?
God damn it. Oh, that is so good.
I honestly didn't know if I could be able to get that out with my throat hurting.
That's what she said.
Hey.
I called Robin this morning. The first things out of his mouth was, "You sound like shit." I was like, no.
Yep.
Like, it's the tree jizz.
Yeah. Homie, don't play.
Gator don't play that shit.
Yeah. But yeah, I built her steps, and like I get over there and start working on them, and luckily she was gone, so I didn't have to deal with anybody except for the dogs, and they're like, "Oh, we can get under your feet." I'm like, "Get the fuck out of here."
I'm building James at? I'm building steps now. Y'all get out of here.
Where was James
at?
Some steps. Does James have a job?
They went to Eugene. No, of course. He's supposed to have had a job. I need to ask about this. I'm going to say ask.
Ask him about it.
Yeah, and then the smoke alarm goes off. And
did you get a job yet? Say that.
Heidi said he had a job starting at the casino. Have not seen said job.
I want to find out when and where he works so I can go harass him.
Excuse me.
Keela.
Have you watched any of that? Brett Goldstein has a comedy special on Max.
I started it and then didn't.
Is it any good?
No, I haven't watched enough of it to think it's good. I literally started it. It got through the opening credits. He walks out. Don't even remember what he says. And then I was like, oh, I'm already done with my food.
Like, eat slower.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Okay, so I started this show on Max earlier, and I text Jake about it because I was like, dude, this is such a Jake show. It's called The Rehearsal, and it keeps popping up, and I was like, this looks stupid. And then I saw a story about how he compared Paramount to the Nazis in the show, and Max was like, fuck it. And I was like, all right, so this sounds like they kind of maybe go after some people. It's nothing like that, but it's this show where the host sets up scenarios of something you want to do, and like he recreates the places you're going to do them at, and gets actors that look like the people and that you're supposed to be talking to or whatever. And it's basically you're doing a rehearsal for something you wanted to do. So like the first episode is about this guy that wants to tell one of his trivia partners that he doesn't have his master's degree, and he feels like it's a big deal because they all think he has one, and I don't know, it's stupid. But they build like a bar that's the exact replica of the place that he's going into to tell this chick, and gets an actress that looks kind of like her. She meets the chick, doesn't know that she's an actress, and they're like, I don't know, that he basically tricks them into doing things, and then gets the actual person into this bar at some point, and this guy has ran through the scenario 50 times of all the possibilities, and they like storyboard it out, kind of like, of if this
That's really
happens,
cool.
you do
Yeah,
this,
check that out.
yeah, like it seems like something you would like. And the second episode wasn't as good. It was like a chick that she wants to have kids, but she wants to make sure she can handle kids, so they get actors to play infant all the way until the kid's 18, but then the episode cuts off like halfway through, like to be continued, and I was like, well, that's dumb. And then
Why
it
don't you
goes to
switch that
another
out?
episode.
Someone's just like, haha, acting, you're pregnant.
So like every 4 hours, because they're child actors, they have to swap the actor, so they get another actor to come in and play. So yeah, I don't know how
And
they
then
make it all happen, but
they
it's
swap
cool.
it in the end, like, we have a time machine and we got your kid from the future.
Yeah, but it's interesting. I think you should check it out, Jake, at least.
I'll check it out.
Dave, you might like it too.
I have like 3 episodes of Severance left. It's really heating up.
Not gonna say anything.
Yep, I'm ready for it. I'm looking. My technological body is ready.
I just
butthole is puckered.
It's something. It's like you said a couple weeks ago. The show is about figuring out what the show is about, and you kind of get a good idea of it by the end of season 2.
End of season 2, you realize it was just a 2-season setup for the rehearsal.
Could have been. It could be. I don't want to ruin anything.
That would be super funny. It's like, okay, now that you've watched 2 seasons of this show, now you're prepared to understand this other show.
Right? Oh, that would be so good. What was the one with Seth?
Freaking Rollins?
Seth Green? Seth Green.
Rogan.
Rogan.
The studio.
The studio.
Okay,
yes.
when you were saying the rehearsal, I was thinking the studio.
You need to watch the studio too.
It's pretty good. It's very industry.
Very industry. Like a lot of stuff that we probably don't understand, but they explain it so you do.
You don't understand it, but then you'll get a better understanding of the overall later on.
Did you get to episode 4 yet?
No, I'm still. I just saw the one for the oneer.
That's going to be the one that sells you.
I already kind of I'm already in on the show. Like it's
good, but the 4th episode, I was like, dude, this is cool.
Because one of the things, Dave, that I like about it, and Robin, you'd probably agree, is the things. Well, actually, I realized this earlier today because the whole oneer thing, they talk about a bookend. And the episode starts and finishes the same way, and like the whole thing they're talking about the bookend throughout the entire episode. At the beginning of the first episode, I'm sitting there watching it. I'm like, what is this Aaron Sorkin ripoff bullshit that they're trying to pull here? And then at one point, someone mentions Aaron Sorkin in the episode. Yeah. And I didn't get it until today. Like I was thinking back through the episode, and I was like, oh, they were paying tribute to the Aaron Sorkin style of shooting, because it's like I'm sitting there, I'm like, they're following. Everyone's talking so fast, everyone's witty, everyone's charming, like this is pure Sorkinism.
Every episode is somebody else's style,
and it's a theme.
It's very cool.
Yeah,
nice.
Definitely check that out. STD Head. This is the license plate. STD Head.
It kind of made me think of.
I didn't see that. That's awesome.
the last, I can't remember which one it was, but I'm watching the trailer. I'm like, this is a fucking, it was the King Arthur movie, but with Charlie Hunnam.
Oh, okay. I
So
can't remember the name. Maybe it was King Arthur.
I think
or
it was just
something.
King Arthur, right?
Yeah.
Is that
But
the
so
one that
I-
came out a few years back?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a few years back, and I'm watching this movie.
That's a Guy
Because
Ritchie movie, wasn't
you guys, yeah, it is. But you guys know I like those kind of like fantasy shows, right? So
Yeah.
I'm watching it, and I'm watching this whole movie, and they get to this scene where Jude Law's talking, and they're cutting scenes, and I'm like, what in the fucking Guy Ritchie is this? I thought this was a movie about like Lancelot and that shit. It gets to the end of the movie, I'm watching credits, it's like Guy Ritchie. I was like, oh fucking all right.
Oh,
But I'm like,
Nailed it.
I was like, I knew it had like magic and it was a little more fantastical,
you can do
but I'm still watching a
it.
King Arthur show, and then I was like, okay, way to rip off Guy Ritchie pretty much verbatim in every Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels style.
Like, where's
And then-
Jason Statham?
Yeah, I was like, he's just a working man.
You
What do I
guys
know
need
about
to watch
Bond?
Mobland. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It's on the list. Comite.
Oh my god.
I'm working through shows at a breakneck pace for me right now.
That's true. That is
Mhm.
true.
And I have slowed to a crawl.
Yeah, you need to catch up.
Yeah.
I almost said a word I'm not supposed to say.
You better,
Mustard.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yep. Mustard.
Have you seen that Chick-fil-A video where someone asks for mustard and they go, mustard! And a girl walks up with 2 bottles and just sprays the dude down with mustard?
No.
Yeah. The guy's at Chick-fil-A and he gets something. And he's like, anything else I can get for you? He's like, yeah, can I get some mustard? And you just hear, mustard! And a girl shows up out of nowhere and just starts spraying them down.
That's awesome.
And I'm like, this is in an actual Chick-fil-A. This isn't like a set. This is an actual Chick-fil-A. And some manager was like, okay.
Yeah, well, you'll clean it up.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'm gonna get a pair of those meta glasses so I can record things without Riv knowing. And
Mhm.
sometime this summer, I'm gonna have hot dogs outside, and I'm gonna ask her what she wants, and she's gonna say mustard, and I'm gonna squirt her with the mustard.
And scream mustard.
Hmm.
That's gonna be amazing.
It will be amazing.
Yep.
I'm getting those.
I like it already.
You want to hear some drama?
Let's hear it.
Yo, yeah. Let's hear the
Some
old,
tea?
the
Spill.
old-
Fucking Kim. I think we've talked about my mom's sister before.
She's
the
insane.
old crazy Kim.
Yeah. Well, she keeps coming to our house. Nobody wants her here. I guess it's just me and my mom, but still, nobody wants her here.
0 for 2 still.
See, Monday she came here while I was at the hospital picking up my mom because she had. So I guess Friday, mom had a heart attack because she took this multivitamin, and pretty sure she's had a stroke because the left side, her left hand doesn't really work, left foot doesn't work. It happens. The pill got stuck in her throat, so she's like, I can't breathe. That gave her a heart attack. Took her to the urgent care. They're like, we can't do anything. Take her to the hospital. We called an ambulance. I'm like, I'm right here. I got a car. Let's go. So take her to the hospital. They're like, we're going to just keep her, run some tests, this and that. Okay. Kept her till Monday. Went in there to pick her up. Brought her home. And I get back and there's a note on my mom's next to her chair that says, hi, Kim came by, whatever. Okay. Tuesday, so yesterday, we're recording on Wednesday, went outside to go throw something away. And as soon as I close the door, I look up and I see her coming through the gate and I go, what the fuck are you doing here? She said, oh, geez. She wasn't looking. Startled me. I wanted to come see Bonni. And I'm like, no, she doesn't want to see you. Yes, she does. No, she doesn't. She's like, go ask her. I'm like, I'll ask her right now. How about now? Mom, do you want to see Kim? No. Are you sure? Yes. Well, I want to see her. You're not going to see her. Just fucking leave. And she won't leave. Finally, after a couple minutes, I'm like, I'm going in the house. I go in the house and I start recording on the camera. She comes up to the door and is like pounding on the door. let me in, please. And I'm like, well, I don't think yelling angrily, please, is going to get the door opened.
Yeah, it's not a magic word. It's a magic feeling. It's a magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dave gets magic feelings in his pants all the time.
Yeah, tingly penis is like what I call it.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, I'm watching her on the camera. After like a minute or so, she gets tired of banging on the door and starts to leave. Oh, no, because I pressed on the intercom thing on the camera. I'm like, leave. And she goes, no. Like, whatever. I'm not going to talk to you. So she starts to leave and she goes down the stairs. And we've got like this little rock garden by our walkway. And she starts to pick up this big fucking piece of obsidian. It's probably 40 pounds, 30 pounds, which she can't pick up because she's old and stupid and weak. And I see it and I'm like, what the fuck? So I open the door and I'm like, don't fucking touch my rocks. And she's like,
which sounds like such a silly sentence to yell.
It's so stupid. It's dumb. Like they're just rocks, but they're my rocks. So
my rocks.
My rocks, bitch.
These are special rocks. And so I walk down the stairs until my chest runs into her or she runs into it, either way. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I don't want you here. Nobody wants you here. And I like guide her through the gate. I'm like, get out.
You want to get.
And she just has this whole argument with me about, I don't know what. She's like, why are you so mean? I'm like, why are you so stupid? You know, that kind of thing. And I'm like, I'm done with you. I'm going back in the house. So I start to walk back in and I'm like, I don't trust that she's actually going to leave. And so I walk back towards the gate and I see her writing on the back window of the Navigator. She wrote piece of shit. And I'm like, don't touch my fucking car. Oh, and I forgot this whole time, like after she'd picked up the rock, I'm on the phone with the police because I'm like, she's not leaving. And she's not going to leave. She threatened to call the cops on me when I said I was going to call the cops on her. I'm like, no, that doesn't work.
She's like Uno reverse card.
I don't know if you know how this works, but you're on my property. Yeah. And she said something about, it's not your house. She still lives here. I'm like, my residence, like, I do live here. Like, my driver's license says this address. And I'm not renting. So take with that what you will, or from that, either way. So she's yelling in the background too while I'm on the phone with the cops, and they're like, is she leaving? I'm like, no. Oh, now she's leaving. Looks like she's leaving. She's getting in a car. They ask about the description of the car. I tell them what car it is. I get the license plate, and they called me back, an actual cop, because it was just like the dispatch. Right. And he's like, yeah, do you have it on camera of telling her to leave or not be there? I'm like, pretty sure. And I went back and checked, and I said, get the fuck out of here. That counts.
Those are those words.
Yeah, they work. And he's like, well, if she shows up again, we'll arrest her. And I was like, cool. And as I'm hanging up the phone, I'm like, man, I should call Tyson, one of her sons. She has 2 sons, they're twins. And I was like, nah, I don't want to bug him with him. He called me today and was like, dude, spill the tea. And I started telling him, he's like, this is hilarious. And I was like, oh. Well, I didn't want to bother you with it. That's why I didn't call you. And he's like, no. Anytime she shows up and this shit happens, let me know, because fuck her. She's stupid. I'm like, all right. So, yeah, that was fun. I get to call the cops and kick her off the property. And now if she shows up again, I get to call them again and she'll get arrested. So
fun. Double jeopardy.
Yeah. She'll get double jeopardied.
Well, you know, these people.
Hey.
Now hate Kim as well.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck her.
Yeah, fuck Kim. Even Eminem hates Kim. They could have been anywhere in the world. They're here with us. We appreciate that. Check out the YouTube if you want to watch a pre-show. And thank you for your patience as we work through some things around here. But for this episode, this edition of my show, good night, universe.
Until we meet again. That's a podcast.
Good Ducks. Thank you, Joe Rogan, for showing up.
Make sure to go and check out definitelynotsellingdrugs.com.